The sun was sinking low over the wide plains of the New Mexico territory, painting the sky in strokes of gold and crimson. The dusty wind carried the scent of horses, sage, and distant campfire smoke. Out on the edge of Willow Creek stood the Henderson Ranch, quiet and worn, a place where time itself seemed to rest. Inside, Martha Henderson, a strong but weary widow, stood by the window watching the road. Her daughter, Clara, sat by the fire sewing in silence, the soft glow tracing her calm, beautiful face. Since her father's death, Clara had buried her dreams beneath duty and solitude. The house felt heavy with unspoken prayers. Then, one golden evening, a dust cloud rose in the distance. Martha's eyes narrowed. "Someone's coming," she murmured. From the horizon emerged a lone rider, tall, broad-shouldered, with a black hat pulled low and a rifle slung across his back. When he dismounted at the gate, dust swirled around his boots. "Evening, ma'am," he said softly. "Name's Luke Carson. I'm looking for work and maybe a roof and a meal." Martha studied him with a mother's intuition. His eyes were tired but honest. "You're welcome to stay for supper," she said. Clara looked up briefly, her heart skipping a beat. Something about the stranger's calm presence unsettled her. Not with fear, but with something she hadn't felt in years. Curiosity. That evening, they dined by the fire. Luke spoke little, revealing only that he'd drifted from ranch to ranch since the border wars, searching for peace. Martha listened, nodding slowly. "Peace," she said. "It's a rare thing out here. Mr. Carson, maybe you'll find some under this roof." Later, Luke offered to mend the broken fence out back. Under the rising moon, Martha watched him work, whispering, "Lord, maybe you sent this man for a reason." The next morning, Luke saddled his horse. "I'll ride to town for supplies," he said. Martha smiled knowingly. "You'll find this ranch needs more than a new fence." As he rode off, she turned to Clara and said half-jokingly, "I heard you want a wife. My daughter is perfect for you." "Mama!" Clara gasped, cheeks pink. Martha only chuckled. "You'll see, child. That man carries a heart worth trusting." The days that followed brought change. Luke worked from dawn till dusk, his strength restoring life to the weary ranch. He spoke gently, laughed rarely, and treated Clara with a quiet respect that made her chest tighten in ways she didn't understand. One evening, as the sun painted the world gold, Clara brought him a basket of bread. "Mama says you worked harder than 3 men today," she teased. Luke smiled, wiping sweat from his brow. "Your mama's kind to say that. But this place, it's worth every swing of the hammer." "You sound like a man who's seen too much road," Clara said softly. He nodded. "I have. I fought in the border wars. Lost friends. Since then, I've been chasing peace, though I never found it. Maybe peace isn't something you find," she said. "Maybe it's something you build. One fence post, one sunrise at a time." Luke looked at her, really looked, and for a heartbeat the world stood still. Then Martha's voice called from the porch, breaking the silence. "Supper's ready." They laughed, but the warmth between them lingered. That night a hard knock broke the calm. When Luke opened the door, a rough-looking man stood there, his face hard with anger. "Carson," the man spat. "Didn't think I'd find you this far out." "Travis," Luke said coldly. "You owe me, Carson. You ran off with the bounty money from Santa Fe. Men died 'cause of you." Martha's hand went to her rifle. Clara froze in fear. Luke's voice was steady. "The sheriff betrayed us. I buried the men you speak of, and then I walked away." Travis sneered. "Then pay me, or I'll take it from your hide." Luke's tone dropped. "Not here. Not in front of them." After a long stare, Travis spat on the ground. "You'll regret this, Carson." Then he rode off into the dark. Luke turned back to them. "I'm sorry you had to see that. I'll leave by morning." But Martha stepped forward, eyes fierce. "No, Luke, a man can't find peace if he keeps running from it." Clara met his gaze, trembling but defiant. "If he comes back, we'll face him together." Luke stared at her, the courage, the fire in her voice, and something inside him broke open. "Clara, you shouldn't risk yourself for me." "Maybe you were meant to come here," she said. "Maybe you were meant to stay." The next day, just as the sun reached its peak, Travis returned, this time with 2 armed men. Luke grabbed his rifle, standing between them and the ranch house. "This ends here." Gunfire split the air. Dust rose. Horses screamed. The smell of smoke filled the wind. Luke fought fiercely, each shot fired to protect the only people who'd ever given him a home. When the smoke cleared, Travis lay wounded, his men fleeing into the horizon. Luke staggered, blood seeping from his shoulder. Clara ran to him, pressing her apron to the wound, tears spilling. "You fool," she whispered. "Why didn't you just let them go?" He smiled faintly. "Because I've run enough. And because I couldn't let them take away the first home I've ever had." Her heart stilled. "Home?" Luke looked at her with quiet conviction. "Where you are, Clara, that's home." She wept, holding him close as the sun dipped behind the mesas, turning the world to fire and gold. Martha watched from the porch, her eyes glistening with gratitude. God does answer prayers, she thought. Just not always the way we expect. That evening, Luke sat on the porch, his arm bandaged, the scent of supper drifting from the kitchen. Clara joined him with 2 cups of coffee. "Do you think he'll come back?" she asked softly. "No," Luke said. "Men like him don't have the courage to face what they've lost." "And you?" she whispered. "What will you do now?" He looked at the horizon, then at her. "If your mother still wants me around, I'd like to stay. Maybe build something that lasts." "She'd like that," Clara said, smiling. From inside, Martha's voice called, "If you two are done whispering, supper's getting cold." They both laughed, rising to go inside. At the door, Luke paused. "Clara, your mother once said something funny, that I was looking for a wife, and her daughter was perfect for me. Think she meant it?" Clara's cheeks turned crimson, but her eyes shone. "If she didn't, I sure do." Luke took her hand gently, and together they stepped into the warm glow of home. 2 hearts finally at peace beneath the endless western sky. Outside, the wind whispered through the plains like a blessing. Love born from dust and courage had found its way home. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Every subscription helps us bring you more heart-touching stories of love, faith, and courage from the Old West. Your support keeps these timeless tales alive, and so saddle up. Subscribe now and ride with us into the next unforgettable story.